Welcome to day two. Day two, you're showing up. We're making progress. I hope you reflected on yesterday's question, really putting some thought into it. Now, that's our baseline, right? It gives us an idea, it gives us a feel. The moment we start to reflect on things like that, we start to think, well, hey, how can I improve upon this? How do I go from a 6 to a 6.5? How do I go from a 6 to a 7? How do I go from a 2 to a 3 or maybe a 2 to a 7 by the end of the year, right? So the lower that number, that bigger the opportunity to really be able to have a fulfilling year and a year that you can reflect on maybe next December, next January and say, wow, look at how much I've grown, right? So we're going to set you up for all of that. Today, day two, the quote of the day, staying along with the mindset. We're going to keep pounding on that the first few days. Your life is as good as your mindset. Your life is as good as your mindset. How you wake up feeling is so important, right? If you're waking up dreading going to work, if you're waking up feeling like, I just got to get through today, if you're waking up hoping that nothing else bad happens in your life, you're going to continue to find things to look bad, or you're going to miss out on so many different opportunities, right? Your life is as good as your mindset. When you can wake up feeling fulfilled, feeling grateful, and these are all things we're going to be talking about in today's video, then you start to see all the things you're doing. You start to be grateful. You start to be positive. You start to see challenges as not things that hold you back or not as things that are, preventing you from being who you want to be, but you start to look at challenges as the creating pieces of becoming the person you want to be, right? You start getting excited for challenges because you know that it means that you're going to grow. It knows that you're going to find out more about yourself, more about how to deal with things, okay? So I want to introduce some concepts around a positive mindset and the impact that it has on your life, right? Kind of the significance of that positive mindset and all the things that it can do for you in terms of improving your well-being, creating resilience in your life, and ultimately increasing the success that you have. Okay, so two things that I want to talk about in terms of cultivating kind of that positivity or that positive approach is two things, right? Gratitude and mindfulness. Gratitude in terms of, a journal or just being so aware of what we have. A lot of times when we feel overwhelmed or when we feel stressed or we feel anxious, it's kind of that view of the future, feeling like we're not going to reach something, feeling like we're not capable of something, or the feeling of being behind, right? When we feel like we're missing out or when we feel like we're behind on what other people are doing, we have this anxious feeling, this feeling of we have to do more, we have to do more. And we find that journey of wanting more or feeling like we need more, we never feel like we are enough, right? A lot of times one of the biggest problems is so many people search externally, right? Externally to feel good. They search for compliments from people. But what we never do is we never search internally, right? What do you have? Wow, I'm super grateful for just, having the bills paid this month. I'm super grateful for waking up and having my computer to watch this video or having my phone to watch this video or having a job that I know I'm secure in, right? That is what keeps us on the journey. Or just thinking about, hey, the progress that we're making, right? Damn, day two, celebrate that. If this is the first challenge you've ever taken part of, you're already showing up every single day. How good is that? How good are you going to be feeling if you continue this type of stuff inside of your life, right? And the second side of that, in terms of the positivity I talked about, is mindfulness, so kind of to be affirmations or meditation, right? But kind of being mindful in terms of knowing where we're going, reflecting, right? Meditating, giving ourselves time to just be. Most people, right? We live in this distracted world, constantly on our phone, constantly scrolling, constantly just busy. Our mind can never just stop. Our mind is always thinking about the next thing. And I'm absolutely guilty of this, right? I have big goals for my business, big goals for my life, big goals for my relationships. So my mind is always thinking, right? I'll catch myself just staring off sometimes because I'm thinking of the future. I'm thinking about people that I'm around in the moment. I'm watching, I'm reflecting on people. I'm seeing the way other people carry themselves. So when we can be mindful, when we could take a moment in our day to reflect in a journal, when we could take a moment in our day to sit back, close our eyes, and just breathe and just be. It allows us to think about our life. It allows us to think about the things and how they are shaping up for ourselves. Okay, so all of these things, and we're going to be talking about this in a second, are going to help you create a positive life, right? So one thing that I can recommend is, if you're not already doing some sort of gratitude or meditation or mindfulness in your day, the best thing you can do is have a journal, right? Is to have a journal or have some sort of affirmation that you tell yourself in the morning, right? And it doesn't need to be some crazy long thing, but it could just be like, today I am secure. Today I'm going to be strong. I'm going to make every challenge fun. All right. And now when we start to think about this stuff, when you start to continuously tell yourself these things, your days start to shape out that way. Because then what happens is, if we're not thinking those things, one example I always tell my clients, I always tell my members, is I used to go to Starbucks, and every single day this guy would speed into, and I wasn't there every day, but every day I was there and I'd see a person like this, speed into the handicap spot. Meanwhile, all the other spots were open. He was in a beautiful car. He'd run in and get his coffee, wasn't smiling, looked like he was already late on his life, right? He'd get back into his nice car and he'd speed off. That is the type of person, right, who looks like from the outside has everything going. Wow, the nice suit. Wow, the nice car. But you could just see from his face, from his expression, from the way he was speeding off, he wasn't setting himself up. He was probably working through some things. He was probably dreading maybe going into work. And again, I don't know the person. We're not here to judge. But he's probably the person where if you cut him off going to work, he's going to flip you off. He's going to tailgate you. He's going to speed up and try to curse at you through the window. That is not how we want to be. So everything that happened to him, he saw as an attack against him, right? But a lot of times, right, for me, if I get cut off, I'm like, ooh, this person might be going through something. You know what? Oh, let me let this person in. Let me give them some more room. Right? It's because the way that I'm analyzing things. Okay, so when I talk about your life is as good as your mindset, it's your perspective on your day. It's your view for the world. It's your reality that is set in front of you. Okay, so we need to make sure we have our positive lens on. All right, and that doesn't mean we take shit. It doesn't mean we take things from others. It doesn't mean we drop the ball on stuff. But it means that we're waking up ready to grow, ready to learn, ready to go into our day. All right. And if there's stuff that you're not enjoying, if there's stuff that you're dreading in your day, that's okay. But when we wake up this way, we start the release of, how do I get away from those things I'm dreading, right? I'm really just not happy in my job. How do I start to find another path around that? Okay, that is our journey here. It's to find that peace, find that presence within our day and in our growth. So for day 2, okay, the reflection question that I have for you is, what are 3 positive affirmations that you can use daily to boost your mindset? All right, I already gave an example prior, but it's like, today I am secure. Today I will be strong. Today I will make challenges fun, right? And if you can't think about 3, start with one of those. And if you can't think of one of those, look up on Google. You might find one that feels so good for you. One thing that I love to say, okay, is the quote, I can, I will, I must. It's not really a quote, it's kind of a saying, and it makes me feel strong. It makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel ready to lead the way for my clients, for my members, for those of you guys that are watching this video. Today, I can, I will, I must. Today, I am secure. When we feel secure, how do we show up? We show up better, right? If we feel insecure, if we feel like scarcity, if we feel like we're missing something, how are we going to feel? We're not going to be confident. We're not going to be ready. We're not going to take risks. But today, I am secure. So I'm going to show up powerfully. I'm going to be here alive on this video. I'm going to give you guys what you need. I'm going to answer any questions you have. That's how I'm going to show up when I feel secure. All right, so think of what affirmations, what sayings you could tell yourself in the morning to make you feel better about your day, to make you ready for the challenges, and to help you on your path of growth. Awesome job, day 2. We got day 3 coming at you tomorrow. Show up, show up, show up, show up. But most importantly, right now, show up for your day. Go crush it.